Welcome to Lil Tea Time.
Y'all ready?
Welcome to Lil Tea Time.
Oh yeah.
Welcome to Lil Tea Time.
Who listening?
Welcome to Lil Tea Time.
All right.
Welcome to
Welcome to a little
Hey.
tea time. Welcome to a little tea time. All right, hey y'all. Welcome to a little tea time. It is I, Jarek, aka Jarius D, your favorite published author's favorite published author, and your host. And look who's in the building with me today.
What's up with it? What's up? It's your boy Slive, Mr. Two Live.
Yes. So I gotta welcome you in. This is season
Thank you,
11.
thank you. I'm not gonna. I wasn't expecting the theme song. That was
Oh, yeah, there you go.
yeah, it was beautiful.
Yeah, that's what we do around here. You make things really live and really vibrant. So first and foremost, welcome to season 11 of A Little Tea Time.
Beautiful.
It is such an awesome freaking pleasure to have you here today. I have been seeing this very talented, multi-talented person I should mention
Stop it. We're going.
around the city. Where did I meet you? I think I met you at an event over in Boulder City, maybe. Max Warner had an event that I think I met
School
you
of
at.
Imagination.
School of Imagination.
Yeah.
And you were hanging out, and I think y'all did some music there.
Yeah.
And I had an opportunity to I was like, oh, he plays saxophone. Oh, he raps. Oh, he's an actor. He's a writer. It's like, oh, he ain't no one trick pony for sure. No one trick pony for sure. And then I would see you just around with your camera, and you would be taking photos here and there, and you would be doing your thing. And I was like, he had to come by and do my show.
Yeah.
And so here we are today.
Beautiful. Thank you for having me.
Yes.
Thank you for having me.
And I gotta just kind of put this out there because you have my last name, so we may be cousins or something.
Because that's what I thought when when I met you. I was just like, oh, we got the same last name, and I was like, you have my family is crazy, and you have an energy that's very very unforgettable. So I was like, oh yeah, we probably cousins somewhere along the line.
Yeah, I try not to be forgettable. I do the best that I can to not be forgettable. As y'all can see, just saying, there is a poster just circling around today. If you have not seen it, yeah. KTAL 533. Touche. I digress. But we're not here for me, we're here for you. So, Slive, aka Mr. Two Live, can you tell these viewers at home a little bit about yourself?
Little bit about me. Man, where do we begin? It all started in first grade. Nah, it's fine. No, I'm a playwright. I'm a director, musician. I'm a poet of sorts. I don't know. I try to show up in the most authentic way that I can, and I feel like the best way I know how to communicate with people is through theater, is through music, is through the arts. So that's just what I try to spend the majority of my time doing. And I found that's just the best way that I know how to connect with people and serve the community. So that's what I try to do. I'm just a regular dude. You know, I like to fish. yeah.
Okay. Well, you're not trying, you're doing.
Doing. Absolutely.
You're definitely doing it. And it has been amazing to see your journey because I met you maybe like 2 or 3 years ago. And the music has been doing fantastic. I'm all about this, me and my whiskey. I'm all about that because I understood the lyrics. And I have been following your journey. You are definitely a star that is doing your discovering.
Hmm.
So that when they come, it's like, no, I was doing the work. What got you involved in doing this art?
What got me involved? Um, I'll say this. I started playing saxophone when I was about 11 or 12. And that was my introduction to music outside of, I listen to a lot of music. Like my pops is like a music historian.
Mm.
So I always had a lot of different influences coming up, like a lot of funk, a lot of reggae, a lot of rap, a lot of jazz. But when I got the horn in my hand, I was like, oh, I can make music. But it was never, I never had that as this is what I'm gonna do. It was just like, oh, this is just a fun thing to do. And then I met I met a guy named Brandon. Shout out Brandon, and he taught me how to produce. I remember I went to his house one time. I'm like 15, and he's on these really shitty iPhone headphones, and he's like hunched over like in his closet, mumbling to himself. Like, what are you doing? He's like, oh, I'm just recording the verse right now. The verse, what do you mean? He's like, oh, I'm doing a song. Like, listen, this is how I produce it. And I was like, oh, we can just do a song in our room? Yeah, let's do that. And then that just became my biggest hobby. And they were all really bad, like really terrible pop songs. And we were like, no, we put the hours into these. They're going to go.
Yeah.
And they were just really bad. But that's kind of what started my journey. But I would say that theater is the thing that saved my life, though. And that journey was a very it was its whole thing, and it kind of looped back around and connected with the music in a way that I didn't anticipate. Um, so yeah, I don't know. It started as these are things that I enjoy, but because of how we're raised and how society tells us this is what you should do. You should go to college and do this or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I never viewed it as, oh, it's possible to make this my career. It's just I do it for fun. And because of that, I actually stopped making music for a long time. I stopped acting for a long time. Just because I didn't view it as something that was worth my time in terms of I'm not gonna make any money doing this. I got people to support. I can't be wasting time, pretending to be people and
Mm-hmm.
But that I just had a revelation like when the world ended back in 2020.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pandemic, got it.
So it's end of the world, and I'm just like, man, I don't really like this version of myself. I used to do so much cool stuff, and it's just like, well, let me just try to delve back in to it, and that kind of just reminded me, oh, this is what I love to do. I'm just not going to stop doing it, and that's kind of what led me to here. Yeah.
Okay. So when you're not working on your mediums of art, what are you doing for fun?
I like to fish. I really like to play chess. I have a goal. I'm trying to become a grandmaster, just like in the background. But yeah, I like to play chess. Love watching movies because I'm an actor, film nerd, theater nerd.
Understood.
Yeah, but I do a lot of different art forms. So when I'm not doing one thing, I'm doing another. So it's hard to even say what do you do outside of your art because like I do that like all the time, pretty much. Yeah.
So you're in your art when you're not even doing art.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Or try to be at least.
Understood. Okay. So how did you decide when to establish your brand as Slive to Live?
But well, it's funny. I always say I wish I had like a cool story for it, but it really is not like my. It was just what my people called me when I was a kid. Like, oh, what's up, Slive? And it was kind of like a, hey, we're making fun of you because you know, like when we call you that kind of thing. And when I made my first mixtape, I was like, the Dirty Converse EP, and you gotta be a real Slive fan to know know what I'm talking about. But I made this little project, and I was like, I need a name because I'm not gonna do it under my stage name, my actor name.
Mhm.
So I was like, well, I'll just do Slive, just because I just wanted to get it out, and that just ran with it, you know.
And it's stuck. It's really nice. It suits
Yeah,
two lives.
I think it fits. I think it fits. I've grown into it. I'll say.
If this is what's grown into it, y'all should see this man on stage.
Cut to the clip.
That part, roll that beautiful music. But though, when you are on stage and you are in your element, it is like watching magic. It's like watching magic. The person that's sitting here is not the person that's on stage, y'all. Like, it's a whole nother person that's on stage. And I'd be like, damn, I'm happy I caught the show.
Mm.
Because I've seen your performances more than 3 times now.
Mm.
It's not the same show.
What shows did you see? Just out of curiosity.
I've caught you when we were performing for Critical Mass,
Yeah.
which was most recent. I caught that. That was crazy because you were acting and doing your music all in one stage.
Mm.
I caught you out at Seventh Tap
Mm.
when you did your show at Seventh Tap. Ooh, I cannot recall the ones before that because those were the earlier shows that I caught you at. But these were the recent ones that I caught.
So you never seen me in a stage production?
I have not yet.
See that's the thing. Like people, what I find funny about the whole like Slive thing is there's so many people that know me just as Slive and they have no idea about all the theater stuff that I do, and vice versa. There's people that know me. Oh, Micah does live theater, da, da, da. And it's just, oh, I've got like 3 albums, guys. And I'm like, what? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I did not know how great of a playwright you were until I was reading your work for Critical Mass last year. I saw your actual play that you wrote for Critical Mass last year, and I sat down and I read it. And I was like, he writes plays too? Oh, this dude really is multi-talented. Why is he here? He's like a Martian. He should be on another planet. And people should be traveling to his planet to come and experience him on his planet.
And sending donations.
Right. Like, let's definitely do that.
Cut the check. No,
No, don't play.
Not playing.
Not playing. No. We need them checks. Yeah. Cut them checks. He laughing, but we take all checks.
You see this lovely underdog merch. You can purchase it now. Just get at me. Yeah, get at me.
That part. So, how have your priorities changed since you started the business of Slive?
That's a great question. I feel like because so much of it is we do it for the love of it.
Mm-hmm.
But once you say, oh, if I want this to pay my bills, there's a certain way that you have to operate in it. You know, so I definitely feel like, particularly through producing plays, showed me a lot, because it showed me a lot in terms of how to go about organizing and how to go about communicating. I feel like that's really the brunt of what the business is: keeping all of my ducks in order, making sure you have your ducks in order, and making sure that when we come together to put all of our ducks together, no ducks come up missing and all the ducks are fed and all this, you know. But in terms of shifting the mindset, it was simply saying, hey, if I want to do this, and I am in a position where I have to do it myself, I have to make sure that every base is covered.
Mhm.
You know.
In so many words, Aflac. If y'all caught that joke, you'll get it later. It's incredible though, because when we do the business of art, it's not as fun as people portray it to be. Like, as an actor, you understand this. As someone who's into music, you understand this. There's a huge difference between producing it and putting it out, and then having to go and get paid for it. And when you have to go and do that actual work, that takes the bigger toll on us as artists, because we love the fact that we can go and put the work out and we can produce it and we can sell it. Once it's at that point of having to get the rewards in from the producing, from the writing, from the acting, that's when it becomes more tedious. That's when it separates the boys from the men. The people who are hungry enough, you're really ready to eat, you're going to go to work.
Yeah.
If you got to eat some beanie weenies and some sausage until you get to your steak and potatoes, you're going to eat your beanie weenies and your sausage on your way to the steak and potatoes. So, what were some challenges that you've overcome on your journey?
Challenges that I've overcome on my journey. I feel like my biggest obstacle has always been myself. I feel like it's always been the self-doubt. It's always been and going back to what you were saying about the business of it becomes not fun. And as artists, we're already easy to judge ourselves. We're already easy to be comparative and say, oh man, like I put so much work into this book. I put so much work into this painting, into this piece of art, whatever it is. And then I post it, I share it with the world, and it seems like, oh, nobody even cares about me. And then it's very easy to get lost in that cycle, especially when you're when you're putting a value on something that is invaluable, you know. So that's always been my biggest issue, looking in the mirror and understanding you are talented, you are gifted, you are deserving, and living in that truth and walking in that truth. Because all the external factors, it really doesn't matter. Like I've had directors say, hey, you should never pursue acting as a career. I've had teachers say, you know, hey, you know, this probably isn't for you. I've had peers say, oh, you know, music ain't for you. Like, you shouldn't be trying to perform and all this. Just like, you know, I've heard it all. But I think if you allow that to dim your light, then it's really easy to lose yourself, and it's very easy to lose integrity in yourself as a person and as an artist when you're listening to everybody else say how you should create, what you should create, how you should move, you know. And so I think just having the understanding and the trust in myself to say, okay, whatever I create, whatever I want to put my energy into, it will be enough, and it will be enough for me. You know,
I like that. It's understanding that you're in tune with you. Because we've heard someone famous told us you must be in tune with your star plate in order for this thing to work. And you have to be in tune every single day. And the people who said that crap and that trash, y'all, this guy is a star.
Like, I don't know about star, but yeah.
No, you're a star. I have an ear for music as a singer, so I understand what I'm listening to while I'm listening to it. You know what you're doing. You have an ear for what you're doing. You have a passion for what you're doing. You're a star. And take this from someone who is a star looking at another star. You're living your passion. You're living your dream. You're living your truth. So you naysayers, he's over here on my show today.
Boo to you.
Hi. He's on my show today. Y'all are welcome. You're welcome. You're definitely welcome to send him love when y'all see him again. Like, I just say you should. You did throw dirt on him, and he's here today. So,
You know, but it's not even there's no resentment though, because I know that that's not a personal attack. You know, even though it may feel like it in the moment, that will always be a reflection of who it's coming from. You know, and that's nothing to do with you and your greatness.
hey. So y'all heard the man say he's not even upset with you guys. No hard feelings, no nothing. But he does want his flowers.
Yeah, you know, I like daffodils. You know,
Flowers are definitely welcome. Give the guys flowers.
I do think it's interesting though, to the music, because so much of my music is informed by the plays that I do or the stories that I'm involved in. So that's why I was so like, man, you don't get the full picture of it, because the Underdog album, which Whiskey is from, was a soundtrack for the play Top Dog Underdog. And so to get the whole thing, you gotta see the play, or you gotta at least read it to feel like, oh, I see where this is all coming from.
Can we talk about that for a second? I just want to go on a little tangent.
Okay.
Because I had an opportunity to catch these videos, and I was wondering, where was this coming from? What was the story behind the Underdog?
So, okay, Top Dog Underdog, brilliant play written by Susan Lori Parks. They just won a Tony for Best Broadway Revival.
Like that.
Brilliant play. Pulitzer Prize winning play. Sensational. I did it alongside Jalen Livingston, who's the youngest Broadway director of all time. Born and Raised in Shreveport. And we've kind of established like a little tradition of every year. He comes out from New York and we do a play together just to show the theater community, the arts community, you can do very powerful theater with not a huge budget. You don't need $1 million to do something cool. But we're in the middle of doing this play. It's a 2-man play. And so I'm reading the script and I just have it in my hands all the time because there's no way I can learn all these lines, right? So as I'm reading it, one of the characters is named Lincoln. And he's the greatest 3-card Monte hustler of all time. You played 3-card Monte before?
Negative.
So 3-card Monte is a card hustle. So it's 3 cards and the dealer will move the card around. Hey, pick the card. But it's a scam. You can never win. So he's the greatest to ever do it, but he quits. Nobody knows why. So his younger brother, Booth, who I played, desperately wants to learn the game. He's like, yo, teach me the game, teach me the hustle, man. He's like, I don't know, I don't do that anymore. And the whole play in itself is a game of 3-card Monte. And how the dealer plays the sucker, the victim, the whatever. And they kind of go back and forth in their balances of power of who's the top dog, who's the underdog, through the story. And as it ends, because I posted the ending of it, so you see how it ends. But as I'm going through and learning the story, Lincoln is a musician. So I just had the idea, what would happen if Lincoln came to Slive studio? Like, hey, I got a song. I want to come do this for me. And the first song I did was Hood Rich.
Love the video for that.
Thank you. But I showed it to Jalen, and he was like, man, this is dope. Where's the rest? I was like, what are you talking about? He said, the rest of you're doing like a whole thing, right? I was like, yes, I am doing that. Yes, absolutely.
Because your face is like, yeah,
cool. So then for the next 2 weeks, I'm reading the play, I'm making beats. I'm like, oh my gosh. And it was crazy because it all came together so fast. And the spirit of the play is interesting to me because Susan Lori Parks, when she did her first production of the play with Don Cheadle and Jeffrey Wright off Broadway.
That part.
She did an interview or a documentary on her writing process, how it came together. And she was saying that it was the easiest thing she ever wrote because it felt like she wasn't writing it. It seemed like the ghost of Abraham Lincoln was behind her in her ear saying, hey, write this, write this, write this. This would be cool. This would be cool. And I had a similar experience as I was doing the Underdog album. I wish I could say, oh, I'm just so talented. I had all these crazy ideas and I was writing it really intentionally, but it really was like I was just being used as a vessel for all these ideas coming out, you know.
Oh, wow. That's how I wrote my first book. That's how I wrote my first book in 6 months. I was intentional about that. I would get up and I would sit down with my notebook that I still have to this day. And I would do my best to write a chapter a day. And then it wasn't even a chapter a day. It would be like 2 or 3 chapters in a day. And I would be sitting there like, how in the hell am I able to do this fast? When we're vessels, our hands are moving and the words are writing, but we're like, where the fuck did the words come from? Where did this come from? And understanding those things, when you are a vessel, you have no control of the gift. The gift is doing what it's supposed to do. You have to rely that the gift is going to do it the proper way. All you have to do is allow yourself to be used.
There's a very interesting thing. Pharrell had a cool quote when he said that ideas are just like checking a book out of the library. You know, so if you're not open, it's easy to get in the way of it. And if you're not open to it, it'll just go to somebody else. You know, so you always have to be open and trusting in your abilities in order to get out of the way and just let the work happen, you know.
Yes, I love that. As a singer, I love that even more because what you're saying is so valid. When we get to a stage, and you know this as a performer, you get to a microphone and you're on a stage, you know what's about to happen. You just don't know how it's going to happen.
Yeah.
And you're on a ride the full time as it's happening. Have you ever had an out-of-body experience while you're on stage? Like you felt like you were outside with us watching you?
I've never had that happen, but the closest I've gotten to that was when we were doing Top Dog. It was a second night, and I feel like that was the best performance I've ever given, but I don't remember doing the show that night. I remember taking my deep breath. I walk out, and the next thing I remember is we're bowing. And so that was a scary experience because I had never gone that far into the commitment of the character before. So I had to take a step back from even doing theater afterwards because I was like, that was a lot.
In.
Yeah.
You were dialed in.
You know. And it's interesting because there's so many stories of actors going crazy and just being because we're already emotional and have mood swings and all this, you know.
It's out there.
But it was a proud moment for me because that was the night that we taped the show. And like getting to watch, I was like, oh man, I'm killing it. This is great. This is great. Because I don't even like watching myself really, but I was like, I need to see what happened. But yeah, that's probably the closest I've ever had to an out of body experience. Because my thing is, as a performer, I always try to be in conversation with the audience. I think because I did stand up for a while, so I'm really good at reading the crowd. And that was the first time where I was completely I don't care what the audience thinks about this at all. It's just I'm gonna live in the truth of the character and the truth of the story and see where that takes us on this journey. So yeah, it's an interesting experience. Interesting experience.
Been there, done that. I'm gonna speak to that too. When we did A Soulful Christmas Carol, the character that I was portraying, Prophecy, Prophecy was a homeless character. He did not have parents. So bubbly me was like, how in the fuck am I supposed to do that? How am I supposed to be that deep and that dark and that sad? That when we were doing the rehearsals, I was like, I was watching the play while we were doing rehearsals because I understood my character is not going to be able to be in this room while this is going on. And they were like, why isn't he in here with us while we're working? So the cast, I was getting into character while they were working. That when I walked in and I did that scene the first night, I remember walking in, I remember singing, and then I remember crying through my entire scene because I had to make other people cry. So I was crying and I got through it. But when I walked out of the room, I was like calling my name, calling me back because I was like, that's not you. That's the character. Come back.
And being that open as an actor it's a scary thing.
Oh, yeah.
And it's also it's liberating as well because it's not I'm becoming someone else, but it is a leap to a space trying to grab something real, you know. So that is very important because it sticks with you.
Oh yeah.
You know, and even from like because I played Harpo on The Color Purple, there's still I get some Harpo from time to time just of that jovial energy he had, and it reminds me. Oh, you always learn a lesson from the characters you play.
That's my favorite movie, bro.
I wish you could have seen it. That was good. I got to. I'll show you the tape.
Okay, yeah, because that's my favorite movie. Like I got that on standby in this collection in there right now.
Yeah.
That part. Great little segue to the next question because I was not prepared for Harpo. About this movie. How do you define success?
I feel like success is truly just being true to your integrity in whatever walk of life you are. And that's for an artist, that's for a lawyer, that's for a doctor, that's for a mathematician. As long as you're true to your values and you don't allow the industry or your financial circumstances or whatever may be going on in your life to compromise that and change that, then I think you're successful.
That part. Not letting the money make you, but you make the money.
But also, part of that is also kind of vain. Like, yeah, I want a nice car. Sure, I want a nice house. But is that everything? No. I think it's all about defining what is success to you. And that's a very important question. And something that a journey that I've been on very intentionally for the past few months, actually. So I'm glad that you asked me that question. Because in the search for what success is to you, I feel like you will find your path or you will find how to properly walk the path you're already on. As for me, with everything that I'm doing, the definition I've come to, like I said, is not compromising yourself. Because the industry of art, of music.
Oh yeah,
It's, you know,
it's dark out there, really dark.
so just being firm in that, no matter what I do, it has to align with who I am.
Love that.
You know,
Love that. Great segue to this next question. What's the best advice you can give to someone thinking about starting a business or pursuing their dreams?
I would say sometimes you just gotta jump out the plane. You just gotta jump out the plane. And I know it's a scary thing because the fear is when I jump, I'll fall and I won't be okay. But what if you fly? And I think asking that question and keeping that in your heart, what if I fly? What if everything goes exactly how I want it to go? Of course, there will be bumps in the road. Sure. But don't allow fear to dictate your direction. That's what I would say.
False evidence appearing real.
Mm.
False evidence appearing real. And I would rather, for me, and I love your answer, because for me, when I jumped out of the plane, and I did this 8 years ago as an artist, when I jumped out of the plane, I jumped out of the plane knowing I was going to fly. I had that amount of faith.
Yeah.
Because I wanted it that much. That when I was like, nah, I got my parachutes. I know that my target, even if I land, my target's there and I'm going to land on my target directly. I just got to take the leap. I took a leap because I believe that much. And to other artists and yourself, we believe that much that we're willing to take the leap. We're willing to jump out of the plane, knowing the risks, but we would rather take the risks than not take the risks at all and spend life saying, well, what if I would have done it? What if I would have wrote that album? What if I would have did that play? What if? And in understanding those things, it gets you closer to your dreams because we're living our dreams every day. We don't have to be the superstar that we want to be. We're already the superstars that we are. So just, y'all go jump. Not. Let me be careful with my words. Take a leap of faith.
A leap of faith. A leap of faith.
Don't go and hop in a plane and just jump out of it without parachutes. We're speaking metaphorically. Very metaphorically. Very metaphorically. Am I saying that word correct?
Metaphorically.
Metaphorically.
I was talking literally because I literally jumped out of the plane.
Okay. Got it.
I literally jumped out of the plane. And I say that because it's the greatest exercise in fear that you can put yourself through. Even if you don't have a crazy fear of heights. It's like, I'm jumping out of a plane right now. So I like to say that metaphor. Because it really, on the other side of the jump, on the other side of the fear, it was like, man, this is one of the greatest days of my life. It was a beautiful experience.
Yes.
So on the other side of starting a business, on the other side of, man, I can't afford to put on this play. I'm losing money right now. On the other side of that, we got a packed house. On the other side of that, man, I've doubled, tripled, quadrupled my client base. On the other side of that, I have an amazing album. On the other side of that, I just gave a great performance, So don't let jumping out of the plane,
metaphorically,
don't let jumping out of the plane deter you from your dreams.
Right. It's finding the silver lining in the cloud. It's going to dance in the rain as it's happening. Yeah. Go and put your tuxedo on and go out there and go dance in the rain. It's the best feeling in the world, though. Like when we are in the middle of doing it, you're like, damn, this is my moment. It's your moment.
Yeah.
We don't get those moments back if we don't go and take them.
Mm.
Um, Next question up. Can you give us your favorite quote and why?
My favorite quote. I gotta think about this one because I've heard a lot of really great quotes.
Immortal words of Cat Williams. Don't worry, we'll wait.
I don't know. It's such a good one. I think my favorite quote I've ever gotten was from my old roommate when I was living in LA. And he's a crazy like 6'6" white guy. He was an underwear model in Europe, and he was like had an insane level of drive and focus. And I remember he was like, well, I mentioned, hey, I want to start working out. He's like, yeah, cool, come with me. I go every morning. So I was like, cool. And so the next day, it's 4 in the morning. He's knocking on my door. Do do do. What the fuck is going on? Yeah, what's up? Yeah, he's like fully dressed. Like he's got accessories on. What are you doing? He's like, it's time to go run. I'm like, bro, it's 4 in the morning. What are you talking about? And I'm like, yo, bro, I'm going back to sleep. And then I go to close the door. He stops the door. And this quote isn't profound because of the verbiage. It's profound because of the effect it had on my life. He grabbed it and he was just like, I thought you really wanted it. And then he left. He walked out the door. And I was like, damn, that's so crazy. And then I put my shit on and I went and ran, you know. And that's been that moment had a lasting effect on how I show up for myself, you know, because if your boss calls you and says, hey, be here at 5:30, you're gonna be there at 5:30. You know?
Touche.
But
Touche.
if you tell yourself, hey, we're gonna show up at the gym at 5:30 tomorrow, you'll make up your you know, I can push it back an hour, you know, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's very easy to not have that same accountability when it's for yourself. And that interaction, that quote, allowed me to have that for myself. You know,
That part. Accountability is a thing.
Mm.
In that moment, he was teaching you now you got to be accountable for what you just said.
Yeah.
I got it. It's knowing that when you say something, the universe will present you with a test.
Mm.
You were presented with a test. Whether you're willing to pass it or fail it was the question that you asked yourself in that moment.
Mm.
Obviously, you passed.
Yeah.
That part.
Yeah.
Can you tell us 3 things you like to see better in our community?
3 things I'd like to see better in our community. That's interesting because I feel like our community is in like a really good space right now.
Mm-hmm.
A really good space. The artistic community, I feel, is very, very close knit. I'm going to speak for Shreveport.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like our artistic community is very close knit and very supportive. I would like to see more collaboration. I would like to see more. I like to see more risks being taken on each other. You know, I feel like I would like to see for I feel like I would love for us to show up for each other more. Even as simple as like, how are you doing? Because I feel like we've lost some of that, and I blame the end of the world all the time.
That part.
Yeah, but it just, hey, like, I know we're part of the same community. Are you good? Are
Mhm.
you good? So I'd say that's what I would like to see. Just more support of each other in all aspects.
Okay. So all three
Yeah.
just show up.
Hmm.
I like that. I think that's profound in its way. I think that's profound in its way, and we're seeing that happen like all the time,
Hmm.
all the time, and we got to see more of that. We have to create more spaces for that and create more opportunities for that. And we've been seeing that a lot for the last few weeks with all of the different events and the different performances that are happening. Are you going to be doing rosters rivalry?
What is this?
It's basically Shreveport Regis Art Council is pulling some of their roster artists together to do performances. And we get an opportunity to get paid to do those performances.
Interesting. I'll look into it.
Oh, I thought you knew about that.
Oh no. I be so busy. I miss everything because I'm so everywhere. So
Gotcha.
Okay.
Okay. I'll drop that memo later, I guess. Final question, and then we'll get into candy or corn. What would be your wish for the next generation?
My wish for the next generation. To be even more fearless than the one before, because the world is so much different now, and truly the power to change your destiny is in your hands. So
I literally just said that the other day.
look.
It's like it's right there in your hands. It's there.
Yeah.
You want to go fly? You can go fly. You want to be whatever you want to be.
Literally.
It's right there in your hands. I'm not crazy, people. Someone else just said it today.
Yeah, but I'm crazy. So, maybe it's just too crazy.
Okay. Okay. But just to, it's confirmation that when I said it, to hear someone else say it, like, no, he gets it. We only get one shot.
Yeah.
You only get one shot at this. Take them and make the most of them. Now, before we get into candy or corn, let's talk about Taco Wars.
Okay, let's talk about it.
Taco Wars was insane yesterday.
It's crazy. I've never seen. I think that's the most packed I've seen that area ever. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. I had like 5 churros. Let me walk through the menu. I had 5 churros. I had tacos from 4 different stands, and generally an amazing time. They had the mariachi band.
Did.
I was like, oh man, this is loud. This is loud.
Did.
Absolutely beautiful. It was nice to see. It's always nice to see something bring the city out.
It was incredible yesterday. As y'all saw from my little 13-second clip, I had a fantastic time meeting people. Like, there were more people while they were purchasing their tickets. We were asking them their zip codes. And I was like, that's not a Shreveport zip code. And I wanted to ask, like, where are y'all from? But because of the time constriction, I didn't ask. But there were people who were traveling in to Louisiana for this event yesterday. I had 3 different tacos from 3 different vendors, and then I had blueberry cheesecake. I had a really great dinner yesterday.
Yeah.
Like, I went to sleep on a cloud yesterday.
No, yeah, I slept great. Amazing.
And I had a fantastic time, like, to experience us, our city culture, to see how we come together and just have fun. Like the mariachi band, that was they were there last year, so this year to have them back, it was like, again, profound shit. It was incredible to see thousands of people. Like it had to be in at least a small 10,000s of people. I can't even imagine how many people came out there yesterday, and they were there from 11 o'clock until maybe around 8 o'clock yesterday. So to experience that yesterday, it was one of those ones that if you didn't get to come to Taco Wars yesterday, 2026, you should definitely be at Taco Wars.
Because you missed out.
Like,
definitely missed out.
Right, like put you a couple of coins to the side. Put you a couple of coins to the side. If it's just yourself, put you a couple of coins to the side and come through and get you some tacos and have you some churros and cheesecake and vote on your favorite tacos or vote on your favorite salsa. Like we gotta find out who's the winner for that. I gotta find out who's the winner for that to bring that to y'all for tea time. So whoever the winner is, congratulations to y'all in advance, but definitely gonna get that info for y'all. One last thing, and then we're gonna get into candy or corn. And for people at home, y'all can dive into this conversation too. Have you had an opportunity to see Sinners yet?
Yes, I've seen it twice. I'm seeing it again tonight.
Can we talk about it?
Yes, please.
No, I have not seen it. Just leave now.
Yeah, because I'm about to spoil everything.
We're about to spoil it. This freaking movie. Ryan Coogler. You did a number, friend. He was all the numbers. All the numbers. When the film started, I was like, this can't be it. This just can't be it. And then it's like, wasn't it? I was blown away by this film. D. Orlando.
Oscar-worthy performance.
Classic. And I wanted to talk about D. Orlando first because he's our elder. He is acting royalty. He just sweeps in the film and just gives this performance that we're like, oh, that's Unc. That's typical Unc fashion. It's like, yeah, nephew, I'll be there.
Yeah.
And he shows up in Unc fashion and did his thing. But what stole this film for me? Preacher Boy. And you can dive in on this. And I'm going to ask you about this too. What were you feeling in that very moment when he was performing and he opened that portal for the past, the present, and the future? And we're looking at ancestors performing around him as he's performing. In that moment, I was sitting there like,
after my first watching of Sinners, I left the theater literally gasping for air. I was freaking the fuck out because one, from the sheer excitement of this movie is in the universe. Two, from this is the first film that has made me really excited. in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And wish I had hats off to the cast and crew and Ryan Coogler.
Oh my
It was brilliant. But when I saw the scene, which is my favorite scene in the movie, I got a little emotional. I was tearing up because I was like, oh my God, this is I felt so seen. I felt connected. And as a musician,
Mm-hmm.
I love the movie,
Mm-hmm.
especially
Mm-hmm.
especially that last shot of him driving away with the broken guitar.
Yes.
Oh man.
Yes.
Absolutely brilliant.
It was emotional. It was the most emotional thing I've ever seen. And I don't go to the movies all the time. Like last year, I went for American Fiction. This year, I went for Sinners. So I don't go to the movies. I gotta sit home and watch what I have here, or I go to film festivals. But when I go to a movie, it has to be something that just really moves me to go and see it. This one did it.
Yep.
Michael B. Jordan playing his twin.
Twins. Crazy.
It's like, are you crazy? You're playing your twin? But it was brilliantly done. Brilliantly done. It was masterfully done. Because I was like, how does he play his own twin? Like, we didn't know who the real one was. Like, who was the real Michael B. Jordan? And he's playing himself and his twin. And now all of the headlines that we're hearing about it and the conversations that are circulating, even if while they are talking so much about how the vampires represent culture being sucking away from us, and we're being misrepresented by our own culture being taken away from us. This film did its job of showing us that it is still appropriate to be seen on screen. It is still important to tell our stories and to be represented in the way that this film represented us all with the DEI thing that's going on and the story. This story was one of those ones and is one of those ones that it needed to be told. I am very appreciative that this story was told. Appreciative that the story was told here in Louisiana. What were some of your thoughts that you took away?
I think that as a musician, I loved that the film opens speaking on the power of music, because music is such a spiritual medium, you know, because you think about the nature of it is it's frequencies, it's words, and it's truly tapping into the power of those things. You know, so the fact that music was used as not just something to score the scene, but it had an impact in the narrative of the story. I thought was beautiful. I loved the head vampire and his song, and how every time every time music shows up in the film, it's something sick is happening. Like, something crazy is going on. You know, so I absolutely loved it.
Yeah, when they were the three vampires, when they were playing in unison, and their movement was
the guitar.
It was some of the eeriest shit
Yeah.
I ever seen. And everybody was like cool, but I was the one that was on our road. I was freaking out, like, y'all not feeling that shit?
Mm.
Y'all don't feel that energy? That shit was scary. I was like, this is like some backwoods shit. I was ready to run up out of there. But I was glued to my seat because I understood what was happening. They were like, no, we're your people. And they were like, your energy don't read like our people. And to see how things unveiled, this is actually one of those films that y'all need to go and see it. And I can't speak for you, I can speak for me. I would say go and see it. Just if you need an understanding of culture and who we are and why we are, I felt like this film was a representation of that. It gave us an insight to the power that we really do hold in our hands when we tap in and we're honest with our truth, with our gifts, with our talents, and with our time. And this film was intentional. This film was intentional in reminding us we have a responsibility as artists. We have a responsibility to be careful about what we do with our gifts and how we share our gifts. And understanding that there are people out there who really would love to have what we have. And they would do whatever they can do to get their hands on it. I walked out of that theater that night and I was like, I'll be back.
I can't stop thinking about it.
I'll be back.
In fact, go see it 3 times if you haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Just go see it 3 times.
Right. Like, go today. If y'all can go today, go today. I want to go see this film again. I'm gonna go and see this artist as an actor and especially as a singer to see they pulled in some great names to play these characters. We're not gonna spoil everything, but Daryl Orlando, we're gonna dive into Candy or Corn. Oh, we're back. We're gonna dive into Candy or Corn for the sake of time. I am going to ask you about these candies.
Okay.
If you eat these candies, you can say candy.
Okay.
If you would not eat these candies, you can say corn.
Okay.
And we want to invite the viewers at home. Y'all can play candy or corn with us. Just simply put candy or corn in the comment section. All right. First candy up is the York's peppermint patty.
Corn.
Right out the bat, he thought real. Let's see about that. 100 grand.
Candy. We'll go candy.
Snickers.
Candy.
M&M's.
Corn, but only if it's the regular time. Any other time will be candy.
That part. Mike and Ike's.
Corn. Absolutely not.
just a no.
No.
Got it.
No.
Lemonheads.
Candy, candy, candy.
That's a hood class.
Candy Factory.
Oh, you Candy Factory?
Candy Factory.
All right.
On the Lemonheads.
So Lemonheads, we have an endorser here.
Hey. Sponsor me.
Sponsorship.
Sponsor me.
Twix.
Right Twix, candy. Left Twix, corn.
Help me understand it.
I'm choosing. I'm picking sides.
Help me understand it.
It's not to be understood. It's to be observed.
Okay.
You gotta pick your side, man.
Same candy on both sides.
Thanks.
Well, I'm a lefty, so I'm gonna just stick with my left. I'm left-handed. I'm gonna stick to my left hand. Next candy up is the Skittles.
Candy.
Sour Patch Kid.
Candy.
For dramatic applause. We're gonna hold. Final candy up is candy corn.
Corn. I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming.
He's one of our people.
Absolutely not.
He is one of our people. So you candy corn people, we'll trade. We'll trade. Because they already know my opinion about candy corn here. You can just throw the whole factory away.
Exactly. There's no reason to be there.
Right. Like if I want to eat candy wax, I'll just go and get some candles and eat some candle wax if I just want to eat candle wax.
Yeah.
So good luck to you candy corn people.
I hope you find
your joy in that.
Hope you find Jesus.
Right. And we've been delivered. As we say that on the Sunday. That part. So Slive, tell us about your album. How can we find your album? How can people check your music out? And how can we connect with you on social media?
So my latest album is called American Heartthrob. It's on all streaming platforms. You can find it under Slive, all streaming platforms. You can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, everywhere at Slive2, the number 2, Live, SLIVE 2 Live. You can follow Blank Stage, which is my nonprofit. We promote events in the city, different artists, different music. It's how we produce all of our plays. You can follow us at blank.stage. To check in all the stuff we're doing. We got a lot of really cool events coming up very soon. So definitely check that out.
Now, we ain't finna just let you go yet without talking about Heartthrob because I've been listening to these tracks that you have been releasing on Instagram. Let's talk about Heartthrob, American Heartthrob. What's the tea behind this album? Because this album is really freaking sexy. There's some things going on there that I was like, what is going on here? This dude is in love. He's in love here. It's very hot, steamy. Some of the scenes that we've been catching out there, it's just very fragrant and vibrant and edgy and just what's going on? It's like there's someone special out there.
Everybody's special now.
This album's talking like there's someone that you're like currently.
It's funny you say that because the majority of the album was written a few years ago. It was during a time where I was not feeling a lot of love. It was coming off of a situation, and the therapy from that was just writing songs, and it kind of just forced me to look at, okay, how do I feel about love? How do I feel about relationships? Where does that fit into my life? And so it was just taking personal experiences, taking some things are, I'm a writer, so some things are characters that I pull different parts from just different people I've met. But yeah, it really was just served as American Heartthrob was a therapy session for me. And the decision to release it was never supposed to be released to the public. I just made it and was like, okay, I'm good. I got everything out that I needed to say. And I had my hard drive stolen last year. And a lot of the mixes and files for the album were gone. So all I had was like the raw demos from it. And I was just like, man, like that really sucks that I can't go back to that and change it like if I wanted to. And so I was like, you know what? Fine, I'll just put it out since some random person has it anyway. And it's just like, fine, I'll just put it out as it is, just because you know the essence of it was so raw, so truthful. It was never meant to be a beautiful polished thing, because that's not how relationships are. It's not how love is. That's not how people are.
No, they're not. Things don't work like that at all.
So the decision for me to just release the demos as the album was it was a big stepping stone for me as an artist, because I feel like, or I am a perfectionist in every sense of the word. So when the mix isn't perfect, when the master isn't perfect, when I didn't hit that note exactly how I wanted, when the drums aren't hitting like exactly how I want them to, I freak out. But the process of just letting it go and letting it be what it is, and having people come to me and say, "Man, that album really moved me," taught me a lot about just trusting what comes out of your creative process.
There's some electric stuff going on this album. Some electric stuff going on. I want to congratulate you in advance on your success.
Thank you.
Because you're definitely doing some things with this album. The music is incredible. And I'm not just saying this as a person that is being biased. I'm saying this as a person who listens to the music as it comes up on my feed. When I catch it, organically, when I catch it, the music is electric. You're telling some great stories. Your energy, you have put so much love and energy into this project. I'm looking forward to see what's next, because you're putting out electric right now. You can tell that you did your homework with your performances for the music. The scenes that you released the music with, like, nah, this was time consumed. You did your research. You did what you needed to do to make some classic content, not just classic content, but classic music and classic material to sustain you moving forward. So I see great things happening with you as a person that's watching and discovering you with the rest of the world. There are amazing things happening, and looking forward to seeing what's next.
Thank you. We got some cool stuff. We got some cool stuff coming. I can't say too much, but it's gonna be crazy.
Looking forward to it. Definitely looking forward to it. So y'all know we have to spill this tea over here, and today there's an event happening like as we speak right now. J Events Jazzy Sunday Eat, Sip, and Shop is happening right now at 2833 Summer Grove Road until 6 p.m. You guys definitely get out there, go and support those local vendors, support this local event, and have some fun. All right, Sunday fun day, just makes sense. I need to speak to something that's very important. Tomorrow is lobby day at the state capitol. This is a really huge deal right now, because we're seeing a lot of people being affected by this DEI stuff. And I'm not going to go too far because I don't want my life to be cut. But there's a lot going on with this DEI stuff. And we need to really be aware of what's going on in our front, back, and side. So people, do your due diligence. Just do your due diligence, right? I'm not going to go too far into that. Art Break kicks off this week. And I found out from a couple of little birdies that a certain violinist we know is going to be doing performances at Art Break. So shout outs to Q Major because he's going to be performing at Art Break this year.
He's everywhere.
He's
Everywhere.
Another superstar among stars.
Yeah.
We know our people. Just shout outs to him when y'all see him in the streets. He's definitely working. That man is a working fool.
Workaholic.
A working fool. Congratulations to Yuki Major.
Absolutely.
I will see y'all Friday, Saturday, Sunday next week. Because I'll be there Friday, Saturday, Sunday next week. So I will see y'all Friday, Saturday, Sunday next week at Art Break. Y'all know where we're going to be at the Shreveport Convention Center. This is a family fun event. We want to encourage families. Come out. Have fun. Bring the kids. Have fun. I'm going to be making kazoos.
Kazoo? Okay.
I'm going to be teaching kids how to make kazoos. And I'm looking forward to that because to make a kazoo, it's a thing. I didn't know that this was a thing until I made some kazoos. Like having to sit down and construct them myself. It's a thing. So, hey, you might have some new people to play some music with. You know, just you never know. Also, the roster rivalry performances begin May the 4th. We're gonna be out at Cattle Common Park. Yours truly is gonna be performing at this thing.
Beautiful.
I'm gonna do what I have not done yet and sing.
Okay.
So y'all have heard my poetry, and people have experienced my poetry, and some people have experienced me singing. But this one, I'm coming. I have a personal mission, and I'm definitely coming. So definitely want to invite y'all to come out. Once I get the actual date that I'm performing, I am definitely going to let y'all know. But starting May the 4th, things are about to just take off. Yeah. So all of my other fellow performers who are going to be performing at the roster rivalry events, y'all come have fun. This is a juried event, so it's bigger than just winning. It's about feedback. And we get to take that feedback and be better performers. So definitely want to invite you guys to come out as the information is available to me. I will make it available to y'all. All right? May the 10th, a lovely day fashion show by designer Tasha. It's going to be epic. We just witnessed her Purple Rain fashion show a couple of weeks ago. It was epic. It was epic. So if you are not yet have your tickets, you can go to her website, www.latashavhenderson.com and get your tickets for this fashion show. It is going to be epic. The last few have been epic. I was at the Purple Rain fashion show and it was epic. So a lovely day fashion show is going to be just as epic. Y'all don't miss it. Get them tickets, right? Those tickets are available like yesterday, today, and tomorrow. So get your tickets. Since we were talking about acting, I have to send congrats out to actress Juanita Morris. She received her star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame after 60 years in the industry and her incredible work as the best actress in the 1959 version of Imitation of Life. We have to give her a round of applause. Congratulations to you, Queen. Now, May the 31st and June 1st is the Family Preservation Festival at the fairgrounds from noon until 7 p.m. And we are looking for poets to perform. You can inbox me now for more information. This event is going to be very important for our community as well because we're speaking to keeping the family together and the importance of community and that what we do as a unit, it matters. That even outside of us just being artists, our families see what we're doing and what our role is in the family unit is so important. So May the 31st and June the 1st, we definitely want to get you guys out to the fairgrounds. This event is going to be very encouraging and spiritually uplifting for all people. So we want to encourage y'all when the flyers are out there, do not hesitate. Mark those calendars, right? Speaking of some other music that's going to be going on, the Cincinnati Music Festival. It's going to be July the 24th, 25th, and the 26th. And it's going to feature Janet Jackson, Earth, Wind, and Fire, and many, many other great music performers. Now, if I can get, and I'm just manifesting here, I'm just speaking it. If I were able to get to this thing and just get a couple of interviews from a podcast and just to sit on the audience and just see Janet, Earth Wind, Anthony Hamilton, just name dropping a couple of people that are going to be on the roster. The show's going to be epic. It's going to be a great weekend for music, and they're going to be at the home of Prince, Cincinnati. So y'all turn up in Cincinnati, Ohio, right? Now we did speak on movies today, and I have some information here that it could be breaking news from me to y'all, but I'm just gonna have to say a lot of allegeds because we don't want to just confirm it here like it's true. So the cast of Sister Act 3 has been revealed, and according to the Hollywood Reporter, allegedly, we have Keke Palmer, Mary J. Blige, Tank, and even Lauryn Hill are all supposed to be in this film. Now,
if they can swing that, I'm seated. If they can swing it, I am seated.
And Lauryn Hill, I'll definitely be there for her. Man, she's Lauryn. And she was this too. So to have her back in 3, it's like the stars did align for that.
Yeah.
That was a planetary alignment for that. Because Lauryn just don't come outside for everybody. So when Lauryn comes outside, we need to come outside. So allegedly, Sister Act 3 has this lineup. And we want y'all to confirm that out there in the universe. So Hollywood Reporter and all of you people out there who put this information out there, we need to get that confirmed, okay? So we can get our tickets when things drop. And Black Panther 3 also did a cast reveal that is allegedly reporting that Damson Idris and Denzel Washington may be a part of this cast. Now again, we need to get these things revealed before we buy our tickets. Because I have my Black Panther DVD set in there, and I'm going to want a third film. And especially if they're going to be in the third film, I'm going to want to have that for my collection. So we want to get those things confirmed before people start buying tickets immediately. We want to get these things confirmed. So courtesy of a Lil Tea Time, y'all just let us know if these things are confirmed right before we get these tickets. And because these were really great films, especially Sister Act. The Sister Act films were great. Black Panther films, they were all great. So we want to know before we start investing our money, are we making some worthy, and we do mean worthy purchases, right? So y'all keep your eyes out for that. Also, I gotta send shout outs to RuPaul Drag Race winner On Your Nerve. for season 17. Congratulations to you. Thank you for being representation in a time that representation is needed. Also, just want to reveal to you guys that I am booking for May for a little tea time. So if you're interested in coming by here to do a little tea time in May, hey, we have a platform here for you, and you're welcomed. Right? Today we also celebrate birthdays, so we want to get into these birthdays today. I got to send happy birthdays out to the illustrious Cabaret. Got to send a happy birthday out to Kevin, to John, to Frankie, and to yesterday's birthdays. Also, another Kevin. So my Facebook followers who were celebrating birthdays, happy birthday to y'all.
Happy birthday.
And y'all know we celebrate celebrity birthdays over here on the Little Tea Time. And today, by chance, happens to be, it's about that time Lizzo's birthday. I follow Lizzo on Instagram. Happy birthday to you, Lizzo. I am a fan. And I do cry because I love you. So happy birthday to you. TV star Darren Burnett. Happy birthday. Rock singer Patrick Stump. TV star Jenna Coleman. Football stars Arch Manning and Xavier Worthy. Movie actor William Mosley. Rapper Kay Camp birthday is today. Movie actress Sally Hawkins. Politician Cory Booker's birthday is today. Happy birthday to you, Cory Booker. Thanks for what you do. Gotta send birthday out to Auntie and the late Queen's sister herself, Miss Coretta Scott King. Happy birthday to you, Queen. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Duck Dynasty star Uncle C, Phil Alexander Robinson. I have to shout him out and wish him a happy birthday because when they shot their biopic film here, I was a part of that.
Oh, beautiful.
And to celebrate his birthday today, it means more to me than what people are thinking today. To be a part of The Blind, that was my first film. And it was his story. So to be able to have this moment to connect, Phil, thank you for telling your story and for letting me to have a chance to be a part of it. Thank you. Happy birthday to you. And finally, actual royalty. King William Alexander of the Netherlands. It is his birthday today. So happy birthday to you today, King. I want to thank every single last one of my royalty readers. To every royalty reader I have met in 8 years and to come, I want to thank y'all for purchasing these books, for supporting my book brand. It is amazing to me. It is a dream come true that I get to just live my dream every single day, and that y'all are purchasing Coming Full Circle, that you're purchasing Coming Full Circle 2, that you're jumping on board with every book that I've put out. Thank y'all so much. That means so much to me. Like literally found out that my uncle purchased my book this weekend. He went over to Amazon and he purchased it. Like mind blowing. So every day I'm meeting my royalty readers. Thank y'all so much for the support, for your love. Just it's a lot to me to know that my brand is still continuing to grow because of y'all. So I appreciate y'all so much. For everyone who's tuning in to a little tea time today, if you're watching here, thank you for tuning in, for liking and sharing today's show. For people who have been watching and subscribing to my channel over on YouTube, thank y'all so much. The channel is growing every day. I am dropping content when I get content available to y'all. I am so grateful to y'all for watching and just supporting a little tea time for 4 years, 11 seasons, and more to come. I am so grateful to every one of my royalty subscribers, every one of my tea timers. Y'all mean so much to me because I don't know who you all are. I meet y'all as I go into the streets. I meet y'all as y'all come in here and watch Tea Time. I meet y'all as y'all subscribe to the channel and y'all watch the content and y'all leave comments. I appreciate y'all so much. Um, Before I go, I'm gonna give today's guest, Mr. Slive to Live, the final word.
Final word of the day is be blessed, be free, and love one another.
Like that. With that being said, opportunities knocking. You matter. Let's build and go higher, Shreveport. And remember to be great on purpose and not by accident. The future is now. I am Jarek, aka JaresD, your favorite published author's favorite published author, and your host of Little Tea Time with today's guest, Mr. Slive 2 Live. Until next time, y'all enjoy this beautiful Sunday. Rest up if you're resting. If you're getting out, stay safe and stay well. Until next time, peace. See you on the other side.
Welcome to Lil Tea Time. Y'all ready? Welcome to Lil Tea Time.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome to Lil Tea Time. Who listen? Welcome to Lil Tea Time.
All right. Hey. Hey.
Welcome to Lil Tea Time.
Michael B. Jordan, we loved you. We loved you, Michael B. Jordan.
Hey guys, this is Jarek, aka JaresD, your favorite published author's favorite published author, and your host of Little Tea Time. If you like this content, please subscribe to the channel and click the next video that's coming up. And again, thank you to all of the royal subscribers who've been tuning in to A Little Tea Time. Your love is all I love. So I will see you guys on the next video. Y'all take care, be well. Peace.